Welcome back, guys, to Southside Boy Style. Here at you again with another video, and this time it hasn't been a while. I'm trying to get them out to you guys every 4 or 5 days. Okay, it takes time, guys, but I'm trying to push them out for you guys. Okay, let's get right into this one. Today we're going to be installing this Rockville. It's a 12-inch sub 1200 RMS box enclosure, and if you come over and look around, you'll see it as a built-in amplifier, and it also has a bass adjuster for inside the car. This one, guys, we got for Fate's Honda Civic, and that's what we're going to be putting it in. And the first thing we're going to be doing, we're going to be setting up our fusible link that's going to have to run through the car, and we're going to get right at that now, guys. So that thing there, so now she has her touchscreen stereo. Now she's going to have her sub in her box with her amplifier, so she's going to be a boom 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 all the way down the street. Okay, I'm putting it out. Not the dance part. Just for the reference, guys, I will probably never listen in my car to the sounds that's going to come out of that box in that car. Okay, so I'm probably never going to listen to the same music as what that's going to pump out. But anyways, so guys, I picked up, if you guys look back in the video, I said this is for a secret up-and-coming video. It actually says that in the actual video. And this was the secret because she didn't even know that she was getting any of this. She didn't even know that she was going to get this at all. But I had this picked up for a while. It's the kit, and it's 8 gauge. And it has the proper nice thick power wires that got to go directly to the battery. And it has nice thick cables that are going to run up through the car back down to the amp for our audio. It has my favorite word in the world, coaxial cable. Okay, so you can wrap everything up. Keep it wrapped up, guys, don't forget. Okay, keep it wrapped up. It has a ground wire right here, and it has, this is for if you're using the high output, which we're not using the high output, so this is actually good wire that I'm going to keep because we're using the cable, so we don't need to use that. And this is her blue remote wire, which means that it'll turn on when the stereo system turns on. This is all the connections that we're going to be using. And this, guys, is the fusible link that the power cord is going to go into, and that's what's going to protect everything. Notice what it says, guys, boss. Okay, she's going to be going around like a boss, like a boss, boss, like a boss. Boss, like a boss. One thing I noticed,
I look like a bag of money I'm on. They wanna know what I'm on. Got diamonds dancing on my neck. That is the vibe I'm on. Drip way too lit. Who gon' check? You can tell me none. Boss mode in effect, and my money long. If you ain't talking money.
so guys, we're going to take this one. We're going to figure out a place that we can mount this in a proper situation. Maybe we should mount it. Hey, let's mount it to her headlight. No, we won't do that, guys. So we're going to find a place to connect this thing here. And being that this is a Honda Civic, guys, there's like no room. You know, it's no room. So we have to find a place that we can bolt this onto so that the wires can come into it. Now that's going to be a challenge. It really is, guys. It really is. Because as you see, the positive cable is right here. So it has to come out through here somewhere and then connect there. But we have to find a place to put it, and that's going to be a bit of a tough one here, guys. Don't ever let it be said I'm not retarded. No, down there.
I know you're gonna edit all of that out.
Yeah.
That's why I pointed at you.
Okay, so guys, I found a location, and that's where we're gonna put it. We're gonna put it right here right next to the battery, right in that location. And I think that'll be good enough. The wire can feed in through here, wire can feed it through there to the positive side, and that's the way we're going to do it. So I got myself some self-tapping screws, and it took me 67 hours to find a Phillips head bit for the drill. But you know what? We overcame that situation. So we're just going to drill that down through here and move it all around so it all gets discombobulated. And we'll put that one there. That seems to be pretty good, guys. I mean, that's there, it ain't going nowhere. And the reason for all that, guys, is that you have to have a power cable feeding out through and then out through here. So then we'll go get our power cable, because that's what we do. We get power cables. And we'll go over here and we'll get our wire thingies. I don't know what to call this, guys. I'm gonna call it a wire thingy. A thingy for wires, cuts wires, trims wires, skims wires. It's a thingy. And this part will get big. So guys, first thing we're going to do is this one, you see guys, has to go in here. This unscrews like this, and we take that off, and it has a little rubber grommet, and the wire will actually feed in through like that. And then we will use our bibbly jibblies, and we'll do this because it don't work. Oh, it did work. That's pretty cool, guys, I must say. And just because I'm me, I like to twirl it up like that. And then it can fit in here, but we got to get a Torx bit, so just give me one little second, guys, and I'm going to go in and get that. Okay, so guys, we're going to just unscrew this little thing right here because we have to feed that wire. Now, obviously, guys, I'm not going to hook up this wire right now because we're doing stuff, okay? But we're going to feed this in as best we can. I'm going to double up on the lead just because we need. And as you can see, guys, look at the nice fit that it's going to be. And then after we screw it in, and then we screw on the cap, and that makes it all safe and durability and all that stuff. Durability, guys, durability. And this one goes on here, screws in, and as you can see, the rubber grommet is there, so stops water from getting in it or anything. And see, guys, that's it for that. And you can actually see out through here, and guys, you can actually see the rubber piece from there that stops anything from getting inside there to corrode this out. Now, the issue always is, guys, I'll tell you right now, is running these wires. That's always the situation. And let me tell you, sometimes that takes a lot, because it's hard getting in through the firewall of any of these cars. Okay, now you can go. And getting in through the firewall, guys, is not going to be easy. Cars like this where everything's so tight, there's no way to get into the car anywhere, right? Sometimes I like to go in through, but I mean, I'm not even seeing a gap or a void here. And I'm going to tell you guys, and this is the best way to do this, on the driver's side in the front, way up inside here, there's a grommet. It's about a 2-inch wide, 2.5-inch wide grommet. All I did was, guys, you have to take this rubber off. You have to separate your corner piece right here. You have to don't take it off from the bottom, just take it off like this. I fished the wire. I'm trying to show you. This is the driver's side. Up and under, you'll see there's a grommet right there. You can see I drilled a hole through the rubber. Pull the grommet out first, guys. Don't try to drill a hole, you'll hurt the wires. And that's how I fished the wire out through. It was a little bit difficult getting the feed out through, but I got it. And trust me, guys, on the driver's side, that's the only place that you can really get a wire to go through. Now I'm just in the process of feeding the wire, and now I have to start feeding the aux cables for from the amp to the stereo system. So it's just the same thing. I'm gonna feed up to the stereo, run across, run in through the panels, pull this out just a little bit, try to do your best to feed it through that back panel. And same thing here, guys. Do your best to feed it through the panels, separate it. Always pull off this weather stripping. It makes it easier to get access to pull off those panels. And feed it in through the back. Once you come across right here and you come up on the corner of the back seat, you just pull up hard as you can. This will separate, and you feed the wire in through right there, and that comes out through the trunk. And all I did was drilled a little hole right there through, and that's where all of my stuff is going to come through for the amp. Unfortunately, the subwoofer is going to face out front, and the built-in amplifier and everything's on the other side, so I have to run across. But it is what it is, guys. It's a job, trust me. Okay, it's a job. Getting those panels off, you got to be so careful not to break anything. And I had to work at it delicately not to break anything, okay? But that's your best choice, is to go in from the driver's side. You can see my wire right here. It feeds in through, just down right there. It's the next day, guys. A day has passed. Another day is up on us, and I've been busy hooking up this system, guys. It's all hooked up. It's all sounding good. I'm talking about the box, the speaker box with the amp and all those things, okay? The Rockville speaker system. As you can see, I ran it through the driver's side, which I said yesterday. Don't even bother to try to run it through the passenger side, because you're just not going to get in, and I don't like to be drilling holes through firewall. I like going into the existing grommets that is carrying wires through the car. That way you don't get cold or wet or whatever when you're driving the car in rain or whatever. So neatly, nicely, I got the wires ran in through there. And the wiring system for this car is the Bose audio system. I call it Bose. That's what I call it. I can call it anything I want, so can you guys. And I got my live wire all connected. Now, guys, I didn't tape this one. There's electrical tape on it, but inside it's done properly with the hard plastic casing and crimped properly. I just do this as an extra precaution. It's just me, okay? Live with it, deal with it, okay? Now, guys, today I have to put all of these panels. I got to install all these panels, which obviously I had to take out because, you know, running wires in a Honda Civic is not a pleasantful task, okay? It's a pain in the beep. And guys, here's the system. And let me tell you, like, to the people who make this system, the Rockville 1200 watt amp, or sorry, the Rockville 1200 watt sub with the 1200 watt amp with the box combo, and that box is really nice and thick. It sounds amazing. It completely baffles me how it does what it does, and the car sounds nice. I have all of the connections all done. As you can see, I got my ground put right there, which I kind of don't like, and it's loose, so I'm actually going to change that. I'm going to put it somewhere else. And all I have left to do today, guys, I got to run this from the dashboard. It's our base control. Well, let's put it the right way. So yeah, it's her base control for the sub in the back, and I got to run that through the car, put back the panels. I got to fix her under dashboard lighting, and a few odds and ends, and then everything's back to normal, back and done. If you notice the generators there, it's because here on the island we had a 6-hour power outage yesterday, and I was running the house from the generator, which worked really good. So guys, she's really happy with it, and you know, she can, I guess, say it sounds good.
It does sound good.
She don't want to be in camera, guys. You know, since, you know, now I'm so big and famous and everything, you know, right? And no, I'm just kidding. She just don't want to be on camera. She don't like you guys. Okay, that's what it is. I think so. That's my opinion of it. Anyway, she don't like you guys. I'm just kidding, guys. She just don't want to be on camera. She was my camera girl yesterday, and she's actually right here standing underneath of this heater because she's frozen. Okay, so she's standing underneath that heater. So guys, I'll get back to you after I get the panels installed, everything done. You just seen. One thing I'll show you the wiring before I snap you out of this, just in case. So guys, remember, it's the driver's side. You have my remote wire, the RC inputs, the main live wire coming from the battery, all nicely running through the panels, all done nice. And that's those panels I had to put back on. And you know, I have to fix all this here, but I couldn't do that last night because I still had to put that base control in, so that's what I got to do. Now, one thing I'll say, guys, like, I used to work in an audio shop in Ontario, Toronto, Ontario, and this was a heck of a job with this car. This particular 2012 Honda Civic, it's a challenge to be running wires through this the proper way and trying to connect everything the proper way. It took me like till 8:30, 9 o'clock last night, and then I stopped. Now I'm out at it again today, right? My recommendation is, if you're going to do this at home, get somebody to help you, because you need somebody sometimes to feed you a wire through one side so you can grab it. There's not much room in these dashboards to fit anything. And with the way the panels connect to the car, it's difficult. A lot of pulling, plying. I had to use wire to feed things through a lot of times. Tape like RCA cables to wire so I could fish it in. And I recommend having a second person with you to do this, and it's not so bad, I guess, in a sense to say. But I mean, like I said, the end result is a stereo system. And guys, like, you guys know, you can look back in the videos, I have a really good system in the Chevy Nova, and I was surprised when I turned on that stereo last night and I heard the sound coming from back there. It blew my mind. This car was shaking. The wing, I can't really, I'm trying to hide you from Faith because she don't like you guys, remember? This wing was shaking. The license plate was vibrating off the car. I couldn't believe how good that system actually is running. So kudos to Rockville. There's the name right there. Rockville is the name of the company. I bought it on Amazon. It wasn't cheap, you know, but it wasn't bad either. So it's really good. I'm really impressed. So guys, I got a couple more hours of work to do, and I will get back to you guys in a little while. Okay, so guys, I got the bass button installed right there, and it's nice and accessible for her. She can just switch her hand, turn her bass down on her amp, which doesn't affect the stereo, just the amplifier. And it's actually keyed in a way that if she clicks or ignition forward one time, the stereo is on, but not the amp. Click the key the second time, and that turns on the box. Okay, that's the way I have it keyed for her. Obviously, I can't play music for you guys because I'll get copyrighted, but it sounds really good, and she's happy with it. Again, I'll show you, everything is working. There you go. Now, I just got to finish putting the panels back on. I've been actually started on it. And all I have left to do now is put these panels in the back. I got this one connected back up. And I did fix the ground in the trunk. I'll show you guys, because for some reason where I had it, I just didn't like it anyway. So I relocated the ground wire so it wasn't so visible. And that's up right there. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. I haven't got the light there, but it's actually up right there. And now the wiring, well, it's there. Eventually I'll work at it, but there it is, guys. All done. Just put the panels back on. We just tested the system again from inside the car, and let me tell you, it sounded really good. So I'll get back at you when all of the car is completely put back together. It's all done. The stereo system is all hooked up, reconnected. All of the panels are back on. Hey, I'm noticing this one was out. All the panels are back on. Everything's fitting. Everything is good. All these panels are back in. I got our undermount wires back in for undermount lights. Everything is done. All the panels are put back in. And that's a done deal. Like I said, if you're going to do this job, you're going to want some help. And basically you're going to need help feeding wires through at times. Someone to be on the other side of a panel or whatever. But you're going to need some help. Doing it alone is going to be quite difficult. And just again, I'll show you, because, well, it's out of the garage and I got it in the light. There's the stereo system right there. So there is the box system right there. Again, it's Rockville 1200 watt sub and 1200 watt amplifier with a bypass circuit and a bass controller, which is installed up in the dashboard, and it kicks, guys. I'm super surprised it kicks the way it do. So hope this helps a little bit if you're installing a box system. It doesn't matter if it's a all built-in box system or if it's an amplifier outside the box. It's the same wiring you got to run through. Usually people just screw their amplifiers onto the side of their boxes, but this particular one, well, the amp is built inside the box, but it's the same wiring system, same everything's, nothing different. Okay, so guys, I'll see you on the next one. Southside Boy Style is out.